Hey y'all, and welcome back to Kel's Curated Life with your girl Kels. So I know that I am not the only one that is determined to hit some major goals in 2025. And for me, I believe that finding that balance between our daily life is the key to success. However, I also have found myself being torn between living life within rhythm versus routine. So in this video, we're going to talk about some pros and cons that I've been thinking about as I'm seeking to live a life that both honors God. However, I'm a very busy person. I'm a busy mom, a working professional, a woman of faith, and I just wanted to get some practical insights and guidance that may help you define your perfect rhythm, as I too am trying to live a life that is more intentional, purposeful, and of course successful in 2025. So let's get into it. I'm happy to take you all along on this beautiful scenic stroll with me as I am taking my dog for a walk. I also have Ellie and my nephew with me on this walk because I don't know about you, but I am also determined to unbig my back in 2025. It is just one of my favorite places to go for a walk and just kind of decompress, talk to the Lord, and do reflection. And so this is what really prompted me to this topic of whether routine or rhythm is best for me and my life, and actually to talk about some of the things that I've struggled with every year, and I really want to set myself up for success this year. So many of us struggle with choosing between a structured routine or a more flexible rhythm in our lives. We often find ourselves either between one of the two extremes, feeling like we're stuck in a rigid routine that can suffocate our creativity, or we're just floating aimlessly without a clear direction. I know for me, it feels like I'm constantly torn between the comfort of the predictable routine and the freedom of a spontaneous rhythm. This internal conflict is what leaves us feeling frustrated, guilty, and anxious. I know I felt all of those emotions. We may judge ourselves for being too rigid or too careless, and we often feel like we're failing at our faith, our family, and our personal lives. Can I tell you the struggle is real? I oftentimes feel like I'm forced to choose between being responsible and being spontaneous, or being faithful or just being free. We can also feel like our faith requires us to be disciplined and structured, while our personal desires crave flexibility and creativity. This can definitely lead to feelings of restlessness, inadequacies, and even shame. As we navigate this delicate balance, we find ourselves asking questions like, am I being too rigid with my schedule? Or am I being irresponsible without having a clear plan? You may wonder if you're truly living the life God intended for you to live, or are you just going through the motions? Rhythm and routine are two very different approaches to living our lives, but each has unique benefits and drawbacks. Rhythm is all about living in harmony with our natural cycles, allowing ourselves to ebb and flow with the ups and downs of life. It's all about being in tune with our natural internal rhythms, our emotions, and our creative impulses. Rhythm helps us to be free to adapt, to be spontaneous, and to respond to the unexpected twists and turns of life. On the other hand, routine is all about creating a structured framework that provides stability, predictability, and a sense of control. It's about establishing habits, setting boundaries, and achieving our goals. Routines truly do help us to have a sense of security, discipline, and accomplishment. Living in rhythm has even made me feel more connected to God, more at peace within myself, and more open to new experiences. However, on the other hand, I sometimes struggle with procrastination, a lack of direction, and feeling adrift without a clear plan. For those that love to live life by routine, you may feel more grounded, more focused, and more productive. Although you may accomplish more, some persons who have a lot of structure can sometimes feel very stifled, trapped, or even suffocating by the rigidity of their routines. I think a key insight here is that we blend rhythm and routine to create a fulfilling and balanced life. It's really not about choosing one over the other, but more about finding a harmonious intersection of both. By incorporating elements of rhythm into our routine, we can add creativity, flexibility, and adaptability to our structured framework. Similarly, by introducing routine into our rhythm, we can add some stability, discipline, and direction to our more fluid approach. By embracing both rhythm and routine, we can create a life that truly is reflective of who we are as women, especially as a Christian woman. We can live a life that is characterized by faith, flexibility, and freedom. And I truly believe that pleases God. We can have a sense of structure and direction without feeling suffocated. And we can also have a sense of spontaneity and creativity without feeling lost. For me, as a nurse, I work 12-hour night shifts. My days off change every week. So the constant change in my schedule makes it challenging to establish a weekly routine. I have actually sat down and developed, what do I do on my first day off? My first day off, I don't have the same day off every week, but I know that whenever it's my first day off, this is the things that I should be doing. So it still allows for some creativity, it still allows for some flexibility, some fluidity, but there is still some structure in place. And that's just one of many examples. I will be sharing different ways that I have incorporated some structure into my life without being overly stifled or too rigid. So to recap, balancing rhythm and routine is critical for busy women, professional women, moms, as well as Christian women. We must find a harmonious blend of structure and flexibility that allows us to both nurture our spiritual growth, attend to our daily responsibilities, and prioritize our individual personal well-being. So thank you for joining me on this walk. I hope you enjoyed the scene as I did. And I would love to hear from you. How do you balance rhythm and routine in your life? What challenges do you face? And do you have any strategies that you can share with me and our community? So please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you are new here, consider subscribing to this channel if you want to see more videos about balancing life and fulfilling your life, especially as a Christian woman. I also want to take this time to just wish everyone a happy new year and God bless. Just remember that you can change, you can grow with God's help.